Welcome to the final chapter of our self-care journey, a journey that has taken us through the realms of self-discovery, self-love, and empowerment. As we stand at this juncture, let us reflect on how far we've come and embrace the path that stretches ahead, filled with the ebb and flow of life's tides. Self-care is not a destination but a lifelong voyage, and in this chapter, we'll explore how to navigate its ever-changing waters with grace, resilience, and a heart full of celebration. Embracing life's seasons. Just as the seasons shift and change, so do the chapters of our lives. Each phase brings new experiences, challenges, and opportunities. Embracing self-care during these different life stages requires adaptability. What worked wonders in your 20s might need tweaking as you step into your 30s or 40s. It's important to approach self-care with an open mind and an understanding that your needs will evolve. In your 20s, this is a time of exploration and discovery. Your self-care might involve experimenting with various hobbies, travel adventures, and forming connections. Make the most of this time to build a foundation of self-awareness and healthy habits. In your 30s and beyond, as responsibilities grow, it's easy to put self-care on the back burner. However, it's during this phase that self-care becomes even more vital. Adapt your routines to fit your busier schedule. It might be shorter meditation sessions or squeezing in a workout during lunch breaks. Remember, self-care is a non-negotiable investment in your well-being. Many find self-care an ongoing challenge, often due to work, family, or other commitments. However, prioritizing it is key. Self-care takes many forms for each of us, from taking a relaxing bubble bath with face mask to hiking in nature. It could even include training your brain to be mentally strong. Identifying your needs. As part of your wellness planning, it's essential that you identify all of your needs across 3 dimensions: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Once identified, create a plan that addresses each dimension over time using strategies both long and short-term as well as being measurable. By setting specific measurable goals in each dimension and developing routines around them. While getting started may seem intimidating at first, you should aim to start small and gradually work up. As you assess your needs, take note of any barriers or challenges that might stand in the way of reaching your goals. Address these early so they do not become an impediment to success in reaching them. For instance, if it's challenging for you to find time for self-care, assess what may be standing in its way and figure out how you can overcome that challenge. Maybe something simple such as setting time limits on social media accounts or changing settings on phones could help prevent doom scrolling. Self-care may seem selfish at first glance, but it is essential that we remember we're doing this for ourselves. If setting aside time for self-care is becoming difficult for you, speaking to a counselor or mentor about it may provide invaluable support and assistance to overcome these barriers. Self-care plans can be invaluable tools for social work students and professionals, particularly given the demands of coursework. Internships and workplace responsibilities can sometimes become overwhelming. By developing and following a self-care plan, you can better balance these responsibilities while relieving stress, anxiety, and improving overall well-being. It's also important to remember that being at your best helps others around you. Creating a routine. Establishing a self-care routine takes time. Start off slowly, adding 1 or 2 activities at first before building upon them over time. Find what suits you. Reading before bed, going hiking, getting your nails done, etc., are all effective self-care practices. It just depends what works for you. Furthermore, having support around to keep you motivated helps tremendously. Having someone hold them accountable makes more likely you'll stick with their goals and reach their desired outcomes. Finding ways to fill your emotional cup is an integral component of self-care. And understanding why and how harmful coping mechanisms may be utilized is also vital to moving towards healthier practices that promote well-being and healthy functioning. Though negative habits can be hard to break, replacing them with positive practices that promote health can be done gradually. Gil Lopez suggests creating a list of activities you enjoy before trying to incorporate them into daily routine. She advises setting reminders or scheduling events ahead of time, as this will ensure your self-care practice doesn't slip through. If you are having difficulty maintaining a new routine, it may be helpful to discuss them with a trained therapist. A therapist can help identify your challenges and devise ways of overcoming them. Review your progress regularly. For instance, if you become sick and require time away from exercise to focus on healing yourself physically, that is perfectly acceptable. Simply adjust your plan later when feeling better and resume your routine once back on track. Many have heard it takes 21 days to form a habit. However, this doesn't hold true in all instances. Although it may take longer, don't give up and remain committed to your goal of improving mental and emotional well-being through self-care. Taking care of yourself. Self-care practices vary, depending on your unique needs, but the primary aim should always be finding something that brings satisfaction and joy for yourself. Whether that means getting up at 5 a.m. for meditation or taking time out of your day to create healthy meals for yourself, whatever makes you happy will ensure that these new habits stick and have real impacts on both health and well-being. As with any lifestyle change, incorporating new self-care practices can be intimidating at first. To overcome this hurdle, start slowly and build upon them gradually. For instance, if your aim is to increase exercise levels in your life by walking more frequently, then add 30-minute walks as part of each weekly regimen until it becomes a regular habit. Once your new routine is established, it's time to incorporate other aspects of self-care into your daily life. At this point, seeking support from friends and family who have also gone through their own self-care journey is invaluable. They may offer tips that have worked for them while helping you overcome any hurdles along the way. Today's hectic and stressful environment can make it easy to forget to care for oneself, yet self-care is vitally important to your overall well-being. Dedicating time to self-care will improve every aspect of life, including relationships, mental health, and physical wellness. COVID-19 was an eye-opener for many of us. Now is an opportune moment to focus on your own health and happiness. This investment could yield long-term savings to healthcare systems around the globe. Taking care of others. Though self-care is important, taking care of others should also be part of your routine. When you feel well and contented with life, you become a better caretaker for those around you. Caring for others requires considerable work and necessitates several skill sets such as problem solving and stress management. Finding a balance between yourself and their needs can be tricky. Therefore, finding balance should always be your goal. At first, embarking on a self-care journey may prove challenging. Finding activities that are both enjoyable and health-promoting may prove daunting. Everyone's definition of self-care varies, the only underlying rule being it must provide sustained joy over time. Engaging in new hobbies or learning new skills are excellent ways of amplifying self-care. They don't even need to cost anything. Reading, writing, drawing, coloring, walking, playing instruments, dancing, exercising, shopping can all count as forms of self-care. You may need to try various activities before finding what fits into your lifestyle. Avoid harmful coping behaviors that obstruct your self-care plan and attempt to identify and eliminate them as soon as possible. Self-destructive habits are detrimental to both physical and mental health and should be eliminated gradually over time. You can start this process by simply noting and eliminating one at a time until they've all been identified and removed from your routine. Focus on replacing these negative habits with positive ones that will build resilience and confidence. For instance, if your stress management involves unhealthy eating habits such as junk food consumption, try cutting these out and replacing it with healthier choices instead. As a college leader, you know the importance of equipping your students with tools they can use to maintain good mental health and overcome any challenges they encounter in their lives. That is why we developed self-care journeys as an intervention strategy designed to support them before reaching crisis point. Each journey contains short videos, engaging slideshows, and articles intended for easy consumption by your students. Overcoming obstacles. Life is not without its hurdles, but self-care equips you with the tools to leap over them. Challenges can range from work-related stress to personal setbacks, and each demands a tailored approach to self-care. Stress and burnout. In a world that glorifies busyness, burnout is a real concern. Recognize the signs of burnout, exhaustion, detachment, and a decline in performance. This is your cue to recalibrate your self-care routine. Incorporate mindfulness practices, delegate tasks, and learn to say no when necessary. Setbacks and failures. Failure is a stepping stone to success, but it can be emotionally draining. During these times, self-compassion becomes your greatest ally. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. Engage in activities that boost your confidence and remind you of your strengths. Loss and grief. Grief is a heavy burden to carry. Self-care doesn't erase the pain, but it provides a safe haven for healing. Reach out to loved ones, consider therapy, and engage in rituals that honor the memory of what's been lost. Celebrating progress. Amidst the journey's challenges, don't forget to celebrate your victories, no matter how small they may seem. Celebrations serve as reminders of your growth and resilience. They fuel your motivation to keep moving forward. Progress journals. Maintain a progress journal where you jot down your achievements, big or small. This tangible record will uplift you on days when the road ahead seems daunting. Reward yourself. Set milestones for your self-care journey and reward yourself when you reach them. Whether it's treating yourself to a spa day or indulging in a favorite meal, these rewards mark your dedication. Gratitude rituals. Gratitude is a powerful practice that shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. Regularly take a moment to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It's a simple yet potent form of self-care. The ebb and flow of self-care. Life is characterized by its fluctuations, and your self-care routine should mirror this rhythm. There will be times when you have the energy and enthusiasm to invest deeply in self-care. On other occasions, life's demands might reduce your capacity for elaborate routines. Both phases are valid. Intuitive self-care. Tune into your intuition and gauge what your body, and mind need at any given moment. Some days, it might be an intensive workout, while on others, it could be a quiet evening with a book. Flexibility. Flexibility is the cornerstone of long-term self-care success. When unforeseen events disrupt your routine, don't view it as a failure. Instead, adapt and find creative ways to engage in self-care even within limitations. A note of empowerment. As we conclude this journey, remember that self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. By prioritizing your well-being, you empower yourself to lead a life that's balanced, fulfilling, and authentic. This isn't selfish, it's an act of love towards yourself and everyone around you. Life's journey is filled with ups and downs, but armed with a strong self-care foundation, you possess the resilience to weather any storm and savor every triumph. The path ahead might be unknown, but you walk it with confidence, grace, and a heart that knows the value of self-care. So go forth, dear reader, and embrace your ongoing journey of self-care with open arms and a spirit that's ready for whatever lies ahead. Nurturing your journey of self-care. As you reflect on the steps you've taken and the insights you've gained, remember that this is not just an ending but a new beginning, a continuation of the beautiful relationship you've formed with yourself. This journey was about more than just self-care. It was an exploration of self-love, self-discovery, and personal growth. You've shown immense dedication to your well-being, and that in itself is a remarkable achievement. In a world that often glorifies busyness and prioritizes external validation, choosing to invest time and energy in self-care can sometimes feel like a radical act. But let this be a reminder that self-care is not selfish. It's a profound expression of self-respect and self-worth. By embarking on this journey, you've embraced the truth that you are deserving of love, care, and attention, not just from others, but from yourself. Throughout this journey, you've explored various aspects of self-care, from physical and mental well-being to emotional and spiritual nourishment. You've learned that self-care isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It's a deeply personal and intuitive practice that evolves as you do. Each step you've taken, whether it was setting boundaries, practicing mindfulness, engaging in creative pursuits, or prioritizing rest, has contributed to your overall growth and happiness. As you move forward from this point, may you always hold space for your well-being. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, but remember that taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Just as you would tend to a cherished garden, tend to the garden of your own life with the same care and devotion. Nurture yourself with the same kindness and patience you would offer to a dear friend. Prioritizing your well-being doesn't mean you have to do it all alone. Reach out for support when you need it, whether it's from friends, family, or professionals. Asking for help is a sign of strength, and it's a crucial part of your journey. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you on your path to self-discovery and growth. In moments of doubt or challenge, remember the lessons you've learned on this journey. Recall the times when self-care brought you solace, clarity, and renewed energy. Draw strength from the resilience you've built and the progress you've made. Just as a ship navigates through stormy seas, you too can navigate the challenges that life presents, armed with the tools of self-care and self-love. Embrace the imperfections of your journey. There will be days when self-care feels effortless, and there will be days when it feels like a struggle. That's all part of the beautiful ebb and flow of life. What matters is your commitment to showing up for yourself, even on the tough days. Be gentle with yourself, and remember that your worth is not determined by your productivity or achievements. As you continue forward, may you find joy in the simple moments, the warmth of a cup of tea, the laughter of a loved one, the touch of sunlight on your skin. These small pleasures are reminders of the beauty that surrounds you each day. Embrace them fully and savor the richness they bring to your life. In closing, know that you are an amazing person, deserving of all the love and care that you give to others. As you prioritize your well-being and continue to nurture yourself, you create a ripple effect of positivity that touches not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Your journey of self-care is an ongoing story, and each chapter holds the potential for growth, healing, and transformation. Congratulations once again on completing this journey of self-care. May you continue to embrace the path of self-love, self-discovery, and personal well-being. As you stand at the crossroads of past and future, remember that you have the power to shape your narrative, to craft a life that resonates with your heart's true desires. Trust in yourself, believe in your journey, and may your days be filled with an abundance of love, joy, and fulfillment.